The dynamics of today's reality is such that the world is moving at a faster pace, particularly in the area of youth development. That's why Lagos State is changing the status quo in your child's education with the Lagos Comprehensive School Program through the Ministry of Education. The Lagos Comprehensive School Program is a unique approach to senior secondary education such that GSS 3 students crossing into SS1 get to choose among broader range of options. In the pilot phase, students in the comprehensive school will be tutored to become professionals in core skills such as animal husbandry, software development, digital marketing, barbing, fashion designing, makeup, plumbing, furniture making, photography, and movie making, all in the same school environment. With these, our children will be self-reliant and employable. The Lagos Comprehensive School Program, shaping a suitable career pathway for our future leaders.
Welcome back. We're talking about the Lagos State Comprehensive Schools program, and I have the pleasure to introduce to you one of the coordinators. She's the chairman curriculum development for Lagos Comprehensive Schools, Ayokweju Injideka. Am I correct?
Injidiaka.
Injidiaka.
That's it.
Injidiaka. All right. She tried teaching me that before the show started today. Ayokweju Injidiaka. Please, that is Kweju, not Baju. Ayokweju. Ayokweju Injidiaka. Good to have you here. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I think blue looks good on you.
Thank you.
It's your color. Good to have you here. It's always a pleasure to talk about education on the show, and of course Wednesdays we dedicate more to women. So please do tell me, what is, I've never heard of a comprehensive school program or something.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I've never heard of it before.
Wow. Okay, I'll tell you a bit about it. So the Lagos State Comprehensive Schools Program is an introduction into senior secondary school. It's an additional department, so they're not new schools.
Oh, okay.
They're just another line within existing schools, and we have 12 of them. There are 12 pilot schools, 2 per district. There are 6 districts in Lagos State. So basically, this was born out of information gathered during COVID, and the idea is to keep all students in school, whether
Okay.
they are interested in academics or they want to learn a skill.
A trade.
Yes. So that's basically what it's about. So we have students in SS1 who are taking certain subjects like financial literacy, personal development and leadership. They're taking subjects like personal health. And the idea is to get them ready for the workplace. So in addition to those life skills, they will learn a vocational trade.
Okay.
And they will also have the opportunity to intern in the workplace. So that's what the program is about.
This sounds like a fantastic idea, because I'm just looking at it and I'm wondering, when did they start that I have never heard about it? Going by the fact that I trained a girl through secondary and she attended a local secondary school here in Lagos. So how?
Yes. Oh, so it started, conversations started last year, but the program kicked off in February. And this time around, we decided to do the work first before talking about it. So it's not your usual
fantastic.
government program where they'll have a big launch and things are not ready yet. Now we've switched it. We started in the classes. They started with the life skills. This term we introduced the vocational subjects. And by next session, when they come back, then they will start the internships and all. So as I speak, we have 720 students on that program already, 60 per school, and it's 12 schools. And we have teachers as well, drawn from within the state. And that's another beautiful thing about this program.
Did you employ teachers, or are you saying that they're existing teachers within the system?
Few.
Okay.
But the bulk, out of the 24, a good number of them are from the system.
Okay.
We're scaling up to 50 schools. Some will be employed, but as much as possible, we want to use resources within the system. I'll give
Okay.
you a simple example. We've been working on the curriculum, and well, I chair that committee. And we've been working with Lagos State Ministry of Education Curriculum Services Department. It's amazing. The resources that we have in government, if you don't go there, you wouldn't know. It's amazing. You know, usually you talk about importing one curriculum from some country.
Definitely.
Yes. Some of the teachers actually did go to Finland for an immersion program.
Okay.
It wasn't about importing the Finnish curriculum. It was about watching, observing, seeing what they're doing that would fit us here. So we're developing our own. We're not copying and pasting from anywhere, because we've tried it several times. It hasn't worked. So why don't we grow what will work for us?
And you said this program, kick-started in February. So I'm kind of like wondering, you must have a trajectory by now. What have you achieved? How successful has it been?
Okay. First achievement is renewing the interest of children. That for us. So we had children who didn't like staying in school. Now the story has changed. That's one. Two, teachers are doing amazing work. So instead of labeling those children now, you have them saying positive things about the students, going the extra mile to
You're
make sure
teaching
that
the teachers as well?
the teachers. No,
Okay.
the teachers on the
On
program.
the program, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So now they're more interested in the students. They know that not every child would be interested in academics, and they're supporting them all the way. And even the parents are saying really positive things. So for us, that's it. But going forward, more success would be recorded by the time they take their trade tests, they have their certifications, and we have industry feedback. Bearing in mind that we're doing all this with the input of industry as well. If we say we're raising fit for purpose children, then industry must tell us what they need, and that's what we're working with.
So right there, I was just wondering, if you if you give them this skill, you prepare them to go into the industry for internship, like you said, wouldn't that encourage more children to want to drop out of school, because now they see themselves as being employable?
Yes and no. Yes, because we've always had attrition, and sometimes it's not just because the children are not interested. The circumstances, nobody to pay for them, or they've had to relocate, things are happening in the family. That's one. No, because when you know that, let's say you are getting up to level 5 and you've only gotten 2, and you're not paying to get up to level 5, knowing that when you get level 5 you'll earn more, so we'll keep you in school. And children anyway, some of them work after school, so they will continue to earn money as they are in school, because that's one of the things, that's the greatest reason for attrition, poverty. They're sustaining families, they're doing all sorts. And this program will equip them to be able to do that. So we don't think they will go away because they have some little skill. We believe that they will use the skill. However, they will come back to improve on their own skills. So we're convinced that they would stay.
That it will stay.
Yes.
Right. Let's talk about this curriculum itself and the mode of teaching that you spoke about earlier. Children are now being encouraged to stay by the mode of teaching. What else are the teachers doing? The teachers on the program now, what else are they doing that differentiates them from the regular classroom teacher? Because I know those ones that taught us, they had king.
Well,
And they
things
had
are
different
changing.
types of ododo. They had
I
odo
know.
like this, and they would draw
I
ear
know,
and
with the
mouth.
eyes and the ears, I know.
You see.
Okay, so the first, the 24, that's for the pilot schools. One of the things we did was, before they got into those classes, we worked with organizations like British Council. British Council spent time with them and took them through the core skills, what some people call the 21st century skills. And we're talking about things like communication and collaboration, digital literacy, critical thinking and problem solving, all those kind of skills which we all need in the workplace. So they spent time with them, showing them how to integrate it into their lessons. So this is not about cramming anything now. It's about giving them case studies. How would you solve this problem? So a lot of the work, for instance, the classes as we saw on the video, classes are not arranged in the regular way. They sit in groups because they're always working on something, they're presenting something. Now they have their devices have been supplied. So the work is interesting. And to be able to teach like that, that's why we put the teachers through all those trainings, and that's why some of them went to Finland for the immersion program, and they came back and cascaded it to their colleagues. And when a teacher feels empowered, a teacher will do well. When they feel valued, they feel empowered. Another thing with these teachers is, thank God for technology. They have meeting rooms where they gather different days to talk about the work, to share experience, to support each other.
Are we still talking about teachers on the program?
Yes.
Or just other teachers?
No, teachers on the program. However, because these teachers are within a school, the other teachers to come into their classes and they're learning. And guess what? These teachers have the same opportunity. British Council has been training Lagos State teachers for years. Yes. Oh no, there are teachers doing amazing things in Lagos State. British Council has been working. There are many other NGOs apart from British Council. There are other organizations who've been training.
I know
teachers.
the HDI does, the HDI, the Human Development Initiative, does something with the teachers in Lagos as well. And
yeah, I'm sure.
So
There's
like I said,
others.
so many NGOs working with
Yes.
teachers in Lagos.
Yes.
But I'm kind of like wondering, one of the worst things that can happen to us is churning out pupils or students who come out of secondary school absolutely clueless about how to use the skills, in a 21st century world. And in fact, I think we should begin to say the 22nd century now, because life is becoming increasingly strange to those of us who grew up in the jet age. They do things now. We're saying, you guys, I was telling the interns in the office last week, I said, the age difference between us might not be much, but you guys are so different from us because the way you think is just out of this. I cannot imagine. So I introduced them to what they call thinking skills, because I just could not imagine that kids could go to the higher institution not being equipped on the proper way of thinking critically about issues. So I'm quite glad that you have critical thinking and all that in your development course.
Yes.
But then let's look at the relevance of the subjects that you teach currently in the school curriculum with this century.
Yes.
Is it still relevant?
Absolutely. So for the comprehensive, the VTech departments, students, because we're not preparing them for YA, they're doing things like financial literacy. They're doing things like personal development and leadership. They're going to go on and do communication. And when we say communication, it's not just about the speaking. How do I prepare my presentation? How do I pitch for my business? So they're doing things that are directly related to what they want to do, what they're interested. You know that your core skill, your technical skill is one side. Ability to run your business is another thing. You're having the skills to stay employed. So employability skills, entrepreneurial skills, those are the things that it's made of. And guess what's going on in one of the schools? I mean, I was told about one child who disappeared for some days. And when they asked the child had gone to take exams. Yes, in her previous class. So when we asked, the child said, well, if I don't stay in VTech, I won't understand what they're teaching, but I can always read up and go and do my tests in the other class. So what will happen is that more and more children will be drawn, and that's why by September, we're scaling up to 50. We're scaling up by 50. So we're moving from 12 to 62 schools, because ultimately VTech will be an opportunity in every school. And for students who are not part of that program, they also will have the opportunity during the holidays. I mean, the equipment will be there. So teachers will be available to run them through basics of whatever vocational or entrepreneurial skills that they wish to. So it's just, as I said, it's a pilot. There's so much to do. These are just 720 students.
And the excitement seems to be...
I'm really excited. I am excited, honestly.
But what about the pupils themselves?
They are really, really excited. Really, really excited.
Okay, you're talking about developing unique skills and interest of the pupils in this. How prepared is the society itself for these kids? When they go for this internship, is there a guarantee that if they want to drop out of school or possibly finish secondary school and go straight into the workforce, is there a possibility that they would get employed?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Of course, organizations will follow the law. You can't employ an under 18 or under 8 child.
Definitely.
So they will follow the law. The idea is to make sure they have marketable skills so that, number one, they can save up and choose to go to university if that's what they want. They can start their own business. So that is what the society needs. We no longer need children who finish from secondary school, are not employable in any way. They have no skills, so they can't even join an organization to go late out. They can't do the basic things. So we need children who will go into the society and be useful to themselves and the society. And if they now choose to go for higher education, sure, they will have the money and they will have the skills and the attitude.
The right attitude.
Yes, absolutely.
And one of the ways to measure that is the internship that you said will be done.
Absolutely.
Some of your pupils or some of the students who have passed through the system, I believe they've gone into the workplaces and some places.
We only just started, so we
Okay.
haven't pushed any into that. By next session, we'll have the first say what they are doing now.
How long does it take
It's
before
an
they are ready to go
three,
into?
3 years. So it's like SS 1 to 3. So at different levels, they're learning different things. And by the time they finish in SS3, they'll take their trade subject. Some of them will do WAEC if they want to. And even those who don't, after a while, they can go back, take GC, go into a university. And that happened. I mean, my tribe, for instance, it's not unusual that you find an Igbo man go into trade, and then after a while he goes back, and then he decides he wants to go to university.
I really cannot forget to ask you this before I ask my next question. You just said my tribe.
Yeah.
Your name is Ayopiju.
Yes, I'm a Nigerian. Okay.
So
I was
can
born
you-
into a Yoruba family.
Are you like Rotimi Amechi?
No.
Okay.
I don't know his story, but he sounds to me like he's Amechi and his mom.
Is
Yeah, no.
exactly. That's what I'm
I
asking.
am Yoruba.
Okay.
And I married an
Igbo
Igbo man.
man.
Yes.
Okay, so I get the way you say my tribe as well.
Yeah,
So
I mean-
basically, when we say my tribe, it's now a matter of once they take you to the other side, you are there.
Yeah,
After all, you get the opportunity to even contest and represent them.
Oh yes. Oh,
So,
we're moving in Nigeria. Too.
children, female children, we don't have identity. Name safe, we manage to have.
You know what? Make the most of wherever you are.
Make the
Take
most
life
of it.
wherever you find yourself and live it.
Before I let you go, I wanted to talk about the education system in Lagos. I can't but hear you say you have just about 700 students across.
No, in the VTech.
In the
These
VTech.
schools, yes, we have 60 students per school. Some
Wow.
of those schools have 3,000 students.
That's my question.
Yes.
That's where I'm going. So you have about 60 per school, 3,000 students who can be on the program. I know you just started. Is there the possibility of absorbing all the kids into this?
So what the state is planning, remember, these are early days.
True.
And this is the pilot phase. So we'll continue to change that program to suit whatever. But I know that the other students have the opportunity to take trade subjects. And so what we're going to do for starters is make sure that the trade subjects they take, they can do the practicals. I mean, once a lab is there, it's for every child in the school. It doesn't matter whether
Definitely.
you're in VTech. So
Or
it will give
not.
them more opportunities. Instructors are there. And then we're also exploring using those labs for clubs, co-curricular activities, more co-curricular activities.
So which
and of
means you
course,
plan to, it's open,
it's
basically.
open. It's open. But you know, for a pilot, you need
To
a small
streamline.
cohort, yes.
You need to
that
streamline first of all.
Yes, you can manage it well.
It's interesting. My marketing department will possibly just come back and say that, see, they're giving me a debit note for this, but let me ask one more question now. Pleading. Because Lagos State is is a pace setter.
Yes.
I know that for your state, their own catchphrase is the pace setter state, but we know that Lagos State sets the pace and others follow, and that's the basic truth. Practically in every sector, gender-based violence, you're looking at the issues surrounding people with disabilities, or whatever it is. Lagos State sets the pace. Here, you're setting the pace. How do you think this program will transform the education sector in Lagos and maybe allow the rest of Nigeria to see what you're doing differently here?
Okay, we have no doubt that other states will get interested. In fact, some of them have started asking the commissioner questions. And this is actually Lagos State's plan. Lagos State wants to be the center of excellence for education in Africa. So it's really about them having a goal, and this is part of the way to achieve their goal. So we have no doubt that other states will get interested. And the beauty of Lagos State is they're always open. You can come in, study what they're doing, go and replicate it if it works for you. So we have the idea is Nigeria. It's about transforming our entire system. Lagos State is not Nigeria. We're just one state in Nigeria. So we hope other states will take this and run with it.
I will pitch this to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu because I have a lot of things to always request that he does for us. But I must say thank you for this one. At the time, the Commissioner for Wealth Creation was here, and she was talking about internship and all that for kids and younger ones and teenagers and, young people in Lagos State. This is another one that we must say kudos to our E4She Governor. Thank you very much
Thank you
for being here. I will page you Inji Diaka.
You got it. Yes, that's it. Thank you so much for having me on your show. And I must say, you did make it easy for me, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Thank you so much
for giving us your time this morning. But of course, we talk about women a lot and children on the Wednesday, episode of the Bumper Breakfast. It's a pleasure hosting the woman in charge of the curriculum development for Lagos Comprehensive Schools program. Thank you so much. We'll take a quick break. When we come back next, of course, I'm opening up the phone lines, and it's about you. What rights do you think your child has?
The dynamics of today's reality is such that the world is moving at a faster pace, particularly in the area of youth development. That's why Lagos State is changing the status quo in your child's education with the Lagos Comprehensive School Program through the Ministry of Education. The Lagos Comprehensive School Program is a unique approach to senior secondary education such that GSS3 students crossing into SS1 get to choose among broader range of options. In the pilot's phase, students in the comprehensive school will be tutored to become professionals in core skills such as animal husbandry, software development, digital marketing, barbing, fashion designing, makeup, plumbing, furniture making, photography, and movie making, all in the same school environment. With these, our children will be self-reliant and employable. The Lagos Comprehensive School Program, shaping a suitable career pathway for our future leaders.